Hey, forgive me, folks, for the schmedium shirt right here. It came out of the dryer. All my shirts came out of the dryer, and now the sleeves just look like, boy, oh, hey. Got no muscles at all. But soon, though, I will. Gonna get on that, get back on that workout. Gotta make that happen. Folks, today I want to share with you how prisoners mark their territory in prison. Sort of like a dog lifting its leg on a fire hydrant, except totally different. Because if you're locked up and you attempt to do something like that, you're probably gonna get the bing, 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 bong put all over you. If you see them dogs outside, just know whatever happened to them guys. I don't see much of them anymore. Yeah, try to lift your leg in prison and piss on something, which, you know, I've seen that happen. You want to talk about the most utmost disrespect. You want to fight a dude so bad, you want to disrespect him to the fullest, pull out your bing bong and piss on his bunk. He ain't got no choice but to put the DBs up and just, hey, get to throwing them joints. Because if somebody TTs all over your bunk in prison and you don't do nothing about it, what you mean you ain't gonna do nothing? What you mean you trying to protect that good time and you got a release date? This man just straight up marked his territory on your bunk though. You ain't gonna do nothing. Well, I just gotta let you, hey, this is goodbye then. This is goodbye. I can't never talk to you again. You on your own, lone wolf. Like Snake from Metal Gear Solid, you a lone operator in this joint from now on. I don't necessarily know that Snake was a lone operator. I'm pretty sure he had a team, right? Anywho, hey, let's go ahead and dive head first up into this video. Keep it low key with the dive. Footnote, little TMI, little personal touch right here. Ever since I brought back that prison date, shaking the head, I've been dealing with probably a mild concussion. Anyways, hey, let's go ahead and get into this thing. How do prisoners mark their territory in prison while serving time to let another prisoner know, stop, pump the brakes? You can't go there. That does not belong to you. Another prisoner has claimed that. Well, first to mention is what sort of territory would a prisoner mark? What would they consider theirs? What would they put that invisible force field around like, hey, yo, stick, move it. Get the feet to shuffling and get the fuck away from my bunk because this is my space. My living space came with a whole acre. That means you need to be way the fuck down there somewhere with all that rah-rah, hooty-hoo bullshit. Talking about what rapper got the most money. Do you know? That's probably one of the most annoying conversations you will ever hear taking place while serving time. Matter of fact, Siri, take a note.
Okay, I created a note. Siri, take a note.
No, that's not what I want. Siri, take another note.
What do you want it to say?
Siri, you're a dumb bitch. And also, video idea. Shit, I forgot it now. What was it?
Okay, I created a note. Siri, you're a dumb bitch, and also video idea.
Oh, that was fun. What the hell was the video? Oh, Siri, I apologize. Could you take another note, please?
What do you want it to say?
Siri, I'm sorry. I do apologize. And the most annoying conversations prisoners have in prison while serving time in prison.
Okay, I created a note. Siri, I'm sorry. I do apologize. And the most annoying conversations prisoners
have in prison while serving time in prison. You got it, Siri. Cool, we made peace, we made up. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, damn, I got off topic with that. You see, like ADD, boy, that joint be striking me. What sort of territory will a prisoner mark as theirs? And also, territory that could lead, if impeded upon, to potential problems with the bing to the bong. If you do some wrong, I don't know what I'm doing. Territory that prisoners will mark as theirs in prison. Of course, their living space. Let me tell you what, especially being in an open dorm or a cell would be even worse. Let a prisoner come back from rec, medical, chow, visitation, telling on somebody, canteen, commissary, the dentist, GED, work, and see you, yeah, you, up in their cut, their living space or their cell, violating like probation. Hey, I know I ain't just see you up in my cell. What the fuck you doing up in here, Stick? This ain't where you belong at. How did you even get in here, first of all? Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, look, I'm sorry. I'm new in here. I don't want any problems. I was just admiring the architectural Don't go wandering now. Don't go sightseeing while you're serving time. How do prisoners mark that territory? They don't even need to. If they live there, that territory is already marked. Now, let's say you're in an open dorm, you got your bunk, you share a bunk, you got the guy on the top bunk, you're on the bottom bunk, vice versa, whatever. You share a cut with one of the two people from the bunk right next to you. Marking that territory, one of y'all's got to put your chair, if you get a chair, on the inside of the cut, and the other guy's got to have it on the outskirts of the cut or in front of the bunk, out on your balcony, so to speak. So chairs are a major way that prisoners will hike up the old proverbial leg to mark some territory. Let's talk about the shower, the restroom, even the toilets. Those can get marked as well. You're getting ready to go to chow. After chow is the hot time, like the prime time to be taking a shower. Well, a prisoner could go put his stuff back in that back shower area before going to chow to let other prisoners know when they come back that that shower is spoken for. Now, let's say that there's a dude who don't go to chow and he's trying to go take a shower. Well, you better have a conversation with dude who put his shit back. Hey, yo, I'm gonna take a shower. I'll hold the shower down for you till you get back. Or you tell somebody when you're going to chow, hey, yo, when we come back, hey, I got the back shower first. Officer Loose Booty Cheeks. She was working that thing today, and that joint's like a Polaroid in my mind. I gotta catch that while the iron's hot. I gotta strike while the iron's hot. Meaning go back there and masturbate. That happens quite a bit in the back shower. A back shower, who got next? Meaning, can I go back there and jerk off right after? A lot of the time, not all the time. You ain't gonna be doing that when there's a bunch of other prisoners up in there. You gotta have that quiet, peaceful time. Mark the territory. Take up the whole shower stall. If there's 10 shower heads and you trying to get some alone time, you put a chair blocking the entry, you put a mop wringer, you put a pair of boots right down there. You make sure that they got to step over, move, or scoot beyond something in an effort to get back there. And if they so choose to do so, disregarding whatever roadblock or speed bump you put down in an effort to prevent them from doing so, then let them do so at their own peril and risk. Wowzers! That's the biggest horse I'm never gonna be able to unsee that. God, that was a little on the much side. Toilets can be marked the same way. Throw a shirt over it, drape that joint, spin it over your head like a helicopter. Same type of a way. Hey, when we come back from chow, they got beans and rice. You know I got the IBS. I'm gonna be on that back toilet first. I don't care if there's a dude down there when we get back. I got to go. There's not much more scary than serving time. You know, I mean, of course, you think about the scariest things, getting beat up, killed, stabbed, any of those things. But another scary thing for me personally was always feeling like I was gonna have to shit and I wasn't gonna be able to do so. And it happened one time. Twice, actually. Twice. Once I was in visitation. I'll share that story in the future. Oh my God, it's a prison story too. I can do a video about that prison story, about the time that I may or may not have shit myself in visitation. Hey, leave a like on this video if you'd like to see that. That's gonna be coming soon regardless, so damn, that reminded me of that. But anyways, there were twice when I may or may not have shitting myself, while serving time. And man, that's a fucked up feeling when you got to go and there ain't nowhere for you to go. All the toilets are 3 times. The third time just came to me. Oh my God. Prison story coming soon. Moving on. We got to. Other territory prisoners mark. Very cliche, but we got to mention it. Anything out on the rec yard, whether it's a certain bleacher section, a certain section of the yard in the fence area, certain picnic table, certain weight bench, all of that shit can easily get marked. And sometimes there's not even any type of markings to let you know that it is. But go sit down on that butterfly machine if you want to, being unawares of the fact that Wes Watson and his crew, they there every single day. And it goes without saying, that's their equipment. Just because you want to start getting into shape because you found a t-shirt that's 3 sizes too small and you start to think maybe you do got some muscle, so I probably should hone them joints in a little better. You better start doing you some push-ups and some air pull-ups. Resistance without grabbing anything. That's actually a way that dudes work out, the make-believe resistance. I think Bruce Lee did that, didn't he? Because you ain't about to be using no machines, you noob. I want to get to what I really want to get to in this video, which is definitely the telephone. It's the telephone that inspires this video entirely. But I can't get there just yet. There's other things that we got to talk about. The chow hall as well. Another cliche thing. You see it on the movies. You see it on the shows, the videos. You ain't just going to go sitting anywhere that you ain't supposed to be sitting. Certain gangs, certain relationships, they got those tables. And in fact, the prisons that I've served time at, they're pretty soft for the most part. You know, they've tried to take away from problems that can arise from sitting at the wrong table by making prisoners sit according to how they come through that chow. Fill up every table first, from the front to the back. And don't get stuck at the table with Peaches and his lover, because you'll never hear the end of that shit. I mean, during chow, when they're bitching over who's looking at who. I saw you looking at him the whole time during GED class. You were looking at him. You were undressing him with your eyes. Meanwhile, you're just sitting there trying to eat your farina like. Okay, let's get to the fucking telephone, shall we? Folks, when it comes to marking that territory, when it comes to that phone, there are so many different ways prisoners do that. And damn, I forgot another thing, the remote control, the TV area, just being able to watch TV. You might not be able to sit in a certain section. You might have to sit on the left side, because the right side's reserved for the Bloods. Like, hey, they got the right side of the TV room. You gotta sit on the left side. But anyways, the telephone. The many different ways that prisoners will mark this. This is the one-eyed beast, just like the television, the devil in a box, so to speak. You know, this prisoners who spend their every waking moment, every minute that the phone is on, they're burning it up at 25 cents a minute or however much a phone call costs wherever they're at. Talking to that loved one, asking, what was that? What was that? Who was that? Was that somebody? Can you imagine a phone call like that for the rest of your life? It was nobody. It was the wind. It was the screen door shutting. It was my child, the dog, the mouse, the cat. It was Jody, okay? 15 years of you asking me the same fucking question over and over again. You know what? It was Jody. This whole time you've been asking, I've been saying it's the wind. It hasn't been. It's been him, not the wind. How you mark that telephone, though, to let another prisoner know you got that joint? You flip the receiver upside down. You'll leave the phone off the receiver. You put the receiver on top of the phone box. You make the phone hang down. I mean, anything that you put the phone sideways on the hang-up contraption. You put a sock over the receiver and then hang the phone up. You put a twist tie or a little string tied to the phone. You put a little twist tie or a little string tied to the phone with a Christmas ribbon on it, so when somebody walks up like, damn, I knew this phone wasn't taken, and then they see that ribbon with that gift tag on it, and they look at it and it says, if you pick up this phone receiver, I will stab you in the back of your eardrum before you can even hang it. Well, I guess I'm not using the phone today. They leave a piece of tape by the phone. They leave a piece of tape with a list by the phone of every prisoner in the car of that particular phone. Phone times. Lil Dookie Stan got the phone at 9:45. They leave their prison-issued spork, bowl, or better yet, their coffee cup right there. They leave a shirt right there. They leave a rag, a towel right there, a notebook right there. They're conducting business, okay? They are audio transcribing their urban novel. And you ain't gonna stand in the way of their next bestseller, okay? That's not gonna happen. Anything that you can leave at the phone or change up the original appearance of that prison phone is gonna let somebody know, or it should, that that phone is taken. And a matter of fact, don't you never go into a housing unit and see nobody on the phone and think that those phones aren't spoken for. Trust me when I tell you, there's dudes who got the laser eyes right on them phones. It could be 5 minutes until lockdown. All the prisoners have gotten off the phone. They're all hung upside down. You're coming back in from telling on somebody or from medical, getting a boil on your ass, LASIK surgically removed. And you're like, shit, I got time to make a phone call real quick. And you go pick up that receiver like, and before you even get that joint to your ear, there's a prisoner right there in your face. Hey, yo, what you doing? I see you got the phone in your hand. You know it's 5 minutes until lockdown, right? Yeah, you probably don't even want to try to call them right now. You know, we don't need you getting on the phone, risking you breaking that phone, putting it down too hard, you know, getting the stinking breath all over the receiver. Look, it's 5 minutes until lockdown. There's no need for you to even try to get on the phone. Well, what I'm telling you, you ain't getting on the phone. Let's just tell you a little easier. You're not getting on the phone stick. Put the receiver down gently, because you break it, I'm gonna break you. After lockdown, you can forget that fucking. Hey, this guy said, can he get the phone after lockdown? Another way that guys will mark that phone territory is with their chair, right? Have their chair sitting there, leaned up against the wall right there, maybe upside down, like the legs are like some spikes to keep any intruder away, like it's a fucking moat, and the phone is the castle that we have to protect at all times. The chair is a major way that guys will mark that phone territory. Maybe they'll put a roll of toilet paper right there and a bottle of lotion to let you know you ain't getting this phone, you don't want to get this phone, and you don't want either phone on either side of this joint when them things come back on. Because everything that I'm talking about right now in relation to how prisoners mark their phone is done so because it's locked down or the phones are cut off for one reason or another. And when they come back on, those tags and those markings let any unbeknownst prisoner know, bitch, you ain't getting on the phone. 2 things I want to share real quick as I get ready to wrap this video up in relation to marking the phone as a certain prisoner's territory. And the first is, there was this guy that was riding the phone so damn much that some other prisoners who rocked with the dude, you know, they wanted to make fun of the guy, play a little joke on him. And what they did was when he went to chow, they took his whole fucking mat and they laid it out right there in front of the phone. Dude came back, saw the mat, was laughing at it like, oh shit, look at that right there. Hey, damn, that's crazy. Damn, who got their mat right there by the phone? No, you, hey, boy, no, you can't do no time if you got to put your mat right there by the phone. Dude walking back to his bunk laughing the whole time. God, I ain't never seen nothing like that. And then get to his bunk and realize that his mat's not there. That man walked into the housing unit looking in a mirror, and the reflection was laughing at him. He was laughing at his own damn self. He wanted to fight the dudes who did that shit. Hey, man, hey, that shit ain't funny. That shit ain't funny. I gotta call Chuck home on my girl. The final thing that I want to share with you guys before I wrap this video up is, I can't remember how this happened, but there was this one phone that was open, right? It hadn't been marked. This joint was open game. And you know, everybody was trying to get on the phone after lockdown. And like, when you're in an open dorm, let me share this. Well, at least where I was at, this is how it was. You got your bunk area in the back of the housing unit. Then you got part of a day room in front of that. And then you got the door to the outside. And then like over on the side, you got the TV area up near the front, maybe some windows that look out to the boulevard. And then right there, almost in the TV area, between the TV area and the front door is where the phones are. So you got about a good 20 or 30 yards to get to the phone. And it's almost like The Amazing Race, what this situation turned out like. Because there were a multitude of prisoners who realized, hey, that phone has not been spoken for. That's an open phone right there, and I can call home to whoever. I can get that phone after lockdown. So when lockdown ended, you got to imagine all prisoners, they got one hand on the bunk and one hand outstretched. They ready to take off with this amazing race. And as soon as they announced over the intercom, lockdown over, a handful of these guys took off. It was almost like in slow motion. They were running. It's like the Olympics, like the 100-yard dash. Trying to get to that phone like they're trying to outrun some zombies in a zombie apocalypse. And all of a sudden, this one guy, man, he had the idea Dude had his chair strapped to his back with a sheet, right? Using the sheet as the backpack straps. So he had his chair strapped to his back and he's running with the chair. Because if he gets to the phone, he can put the chair down and he didn't have to carry it. Meanwhile, the other prisoners, they're running, lugging their chairs. This dude, man, he took that joint off like he was Blade. Whew, pulled that chair off and he slung it. Ching, 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 ching. Bitch slid like some air hockey. Hit the wall. Boom. He used the bunker like he was playing 8-ball. Off of the wall. Boom. That joint redirected. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, ding. Hit the wall and bounced off a couple of feet. Right there in front of that open phone. Dude got that phone. He marked that territory that was previously open game. Don't go to prison, man. It's not a good place to be. Dudes are fighting over payphones. Fighting over them. They'll kill you behind them shits. Folks, that's it. That's all I got with this video. I truly hope this was something that you guys enjoyed. And if it was, hey, leave a like and a comment on this video. And also, if there was anything that, you feel is a way that prisoners will mark their territory while serving time, maybe something that you've seen that I didn't mention in this video, leave that down below as well. I'll be eager to see what you guys have to say. As always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted and make the most of every day. Peace!